backside. Looks like a. Okay. This is Gaia. Oh.
Okay.
You said it's going?
Yeah, it's going.
Well, welcome back to Sabi and Lauren. Or I'll give it a minute. Wait for people to join. Would you grab my phone so I can see the chat?
Yeah.
Just one.
Ace,
From
I
one
need you out of
luncheon,
the
if you
bathroom
jump
so I
to
can
nine
close
and-
this door.
Gaia,
Gaia.
are you gonna be a nuisance?
Yeah. She always is.
Out of the bedroom.
Gaia, I feel like I need to brush my teeth and my face and everything
Excuse
else.
me. Excuse me.
After this monster just devoured my face.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back to Sabi and Lauren. Hope you guys are doing great today.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I gotta pull the chat up. Huh?
Yeah. We're going.
Lay down, buddy.
We're going live with my phone right now, so we can't really. No. Hey. Stop. It's a little bit of a chaotic life.
Just a little bit.
Hey. Stop. Stop. I know you're so excited to be part
You
of
want
it.
this or?
Just hold it right here. We're gonna start off. We wrote down some questions that you guys asked us. Okay, if you're gonna bite me.
Thank you guys for the well wishes and for the wishes of me feeling better and whatnot. We'll get through
Yeah,
all the
our,
health abnormalities and everything.
yeah, we have a lot for you guys on. But our last video. On our last video, we answered a lot of questions, and you guys asked us some more questions, so we wrote those down, and we're gonna go through them.
Atlas,
This is the most chaotic fucking life I think has ever happened. So the first question was directed to me, and it says, do you go to work every day, and is that a good or a hard thing to do? And I work part-time outside of being Lauren's caregiver. I'm waitressing at a restaurant that I worked at as a teenager. So I only work 3 days a week, 2 evening shifts and then a morning shift. And it's not really hard for the most part. My bosses are really understanding. They're like a second family to me, have been since I was in high school. And so whenever things come up, like especially if something comes up with Lauren or like if his other caregiver is sick or just anything and I have to call out of work even if it's last minute, they're very understanding and adaptable for me.
I don't think they can hear us. It says can't hear y'all. I don't know.
Hold on, because I think we can hear us. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
So I'm not sure. But it's
Actually.
nice. What?
I'm not having any sound either.
Let me see the laptop.
I just turned it on.
People can hear us fine. Some people says it sounds okay. I don't think they hear us.
I hear it on the laptop.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Do you want me to check?
I think we're fine. But anyway, going to work and getting out of the house separate of Lauren and the animals and stuff is very good for me. So,
It's good to get some separate time away from each other
yeah.
every so often at the very least.
Next question is towards both of us, and it says, do you think the stress of traveling, example Lollapalooza, might have something to do with the c-diff flaring up?
No.
Mm-mm.
Oh.
No.
Not for me anyway. It's just traveling isn't stressful for me. I get to just lay back and relax.
And
while
with the
everyone else
c-diff,
drives and deals with the problems of travel.
yeah, he just sleeps the whole time. And with the c-diff, so Lauren will always have c-diff. It's kind of how it works. Once you get it, you always have it. And then you have flare-ups. Lauren got c-diff originally because of antibiotics that he gets with his kidney infections. his C. diff flare-ups tend to go hand in hand with his kidney infections, because those are the antibiotics he takes for his kidney infections tend to be the ones that cause the C. diff. So flare-ups tend to go more hand in hand with kidney infections, and the kidney infections don't have a rhyme or reason to them because he's going to have them on and off for the rest of his life because he has a foreign tube connected to an internal organ, pretty much. How is the new caregiver doing?
Great. I'm finding.
She's doing good. She kicks butt.
I do not have to monitor my blood pressure or heart rate or anything like that. And we did try doing a fecal transplant to help with the C. diff, which it definitely did help with the C. diff, but like Sabia said, we'll never be able to fully get rid of the C. diff. The fecal transplant was just basically a probiotic to the body to try and help with it all.
Introduce healthy gut bacteria.
Yeah.
Why are you bitey today, bro?
To try and get rid of the foreign bacteria.
She's very bitey today.
Are we going off paper?
Yes. Do you have any fun ideas for what to do in the near future? House projects, gardening, travel, etc. Hey, no.
We have a tiny home that we're building that should be ready by next summer for my grandfather to move in. Not a tiny home, but
Oh, okay.
I thought you said we had one.
Oh.
But we are working on the tiny shed. We're gonna be building, we're turning our back wall into a big bookshelf. We're gonna finish up our garage.
yeah, but when we finish up our garage, I'm gonna be buying this weight set that this how do I describe it?
It's like a workout
It's a
all-in-one.
it's a workout bench all in one that goes into the wall that I can roll up to and stuff. So then I can start working out and whatnot. Work on my physical therapy, and hopefully that'll help, or that should help a lot with
Yeah.
some stuff. Yeah, sorry if you guys can't hear us very good. We're going off of an iPhone for this live, and we don't have the best setup. So if you guys can barely hear us, I'm sorry, but
We'll try to talk as loud as we can.
this is all we got. Yeah.
We need to get we have like a filming camera, but it's still a little old school, so like we can connect it to our computers to transfer film over, but we can't connect it to like act as like a web camera. We just need to get a decent like actual camera so that we can use the laptop for our lives. What do you do when Lauren is in so much pain, and does anything help? No.
Yeah, she hates it.
Yeah.
I see it in her eyes how much she hates it, because she can't do anything but just sit there and watch and listen to me suffer.
Yeah.
There's nothing that she can do because it's just damaged nerves and whatever I put into my body, and if I'm taking my medications and everything else.
And for the most part, the meds keep everything baseline, but Lauren is always in pain. And on the bad pain days, you know, like we try little things like if he's having a really bad pain day because he has C. diff or because he ate too much or something like that, then like we'll do a lot of tea, like a lot of like ginger tea or lemon and ginger tea, stuff like that. If it's like a bad nerve pain day, we do a lot of teas for the pain, like bad nerve pain days, we'll do like some chamomile, and like honey teas and stuff like that.
Yeah, tea is soothing.
Yeah, we do a lot of teas on the really bad pain days. We make it as dark as we can in the bedroom, because the darker it is, the better his pain is too. So like on those really bad pain days, it's a lot of like the bedroom's just completely shut up and pitch black, and lots of tea and lots of like rest and stuff. But outside of that, there's not really much we can do unless he wants to get pumped full of drugs at the hospital, which we try to avoid for the pain.
If you guys are hearing the cat yell, it's because he's about to beat up Gaia for getting in his face.
Which Gaia? You need to stay where I can see you, girlfriend. I don't need you peeing on the floor.
Because she's being a psycho.
Do you want me to let them out?
Yeah, will you
Is there
sleep in
anything
my
we
glass?
can do about sound?
Is it still too bad? I mean, I can try.
Even your mother just texted me. Your mother.
I can try scooting it up, maybe. Hold on.
Oh, Mom, say something about the woman?
I don't know why it's being bad. Oh shoot, no, I can't.
Looks like Lauren gained some weight. Is that related to the kidney issues or just from the munchies?
Is the sound better?
Guys, come on.
I don't know how to fix it.
Guys, go.
People are fine with it. They say it's better. It's fine.
Okay, maybe I just had to scoot it.
Just.
Oh, they said it's time for me because I'm close to it. We'll just try it out.
So, talk louder.
Talk louder.
Looks like Lauren gained some weight. Is that related to the kidney issues or just from the munchies? I would say that that's both, because I've had the kidney issues since we got back from Lollapalooza, which was 2 months ago now? 2 months? 3 months ago? And I've had this tube in me the whole entire time, which makes it so that I can't sit up in my bucket at all.
Yeah.
So I've been stuck bedbound for 2-3 months, suffering from not 1 kidney stone, but 2 kidney stones blocking my ureter. And
yeah.
can't do
getting
anything
up
but
in
lay
the
around. So I would say that I've definitely gained a little bit of weight that was unintended.
yeah. Because not being able to get up in the bucket low key like does exercise a lot of Warren's muscles when he's in it. So like being up in the bucket alone is like in itself like a mild exercise for Lauren's body, and with him being bedbound for so long, it filled him up a little bit. With everything going on, are you both able to get good sleep still? I've never been able to get good sleep in my life, so nothing has really changed for me. I still don't sleep well or often.
My sleep's been kind of crap lately just because of kidney stones and c-diff. But other than that, I sleep so easily and pass out so quickly. She's very jealous.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes. Are you looking forward to Christmas, and do you have a favorite childhood Christmas memory?
I'm looking forward to Christmas now that I don't live in my childhood home. Because now I actually have Christmases. What's my favorite Christmas memory? I was like 3 or 4, and I was living with my dad's parents, and I remember coming out Christmas morning, and my dad had stayed the night over at my grandparents' house that night with his girlfriend, whatever, but came out to the living room, and he was laid out on the floor with his girlfriend, and they had Christmas presents all around them in this big old square, and it was the first year that I actually had gotten a present that was just for me, that in my memory anyways, and there was so many presents, and it was just such a big display and all that's my favorite Christmas memory. What about you?
I told mine in our video last time. It was when I got the lump of coal, because I was being a cocky little bastard about my Christmas present.
Hey.
Where do the unusual names come from, and do you have middle names? I would not say Lauren is an unusual name.
It comes from my adoptive parents. I was given up for adoption at birth, and my adoptive parents, Chad and Robin Showers, named me Lauren Showers. And after 6 months or whatever, my legitimate mom, got me back from my adoptive parents, just never changed my name. So if I would have been just with my biological mom the whole entire time, my name would have been Carson Patrick Lieberg.
I didn't want
Which-
Carson.
I'm way more fun with Lauren Showers.
What's your middle name?
Lauren Showers brings me flowers. Lauren Neal Showers. Neal is my middle name. So Carson Patrick Lieberg is not seen as good as
You are not a Carson.
Lauren.
My name came from a book, and my middle name is Miss Straw, which is it's like a Chinook wind. I'm pretty sure my parents just thought it sounded pretty. Yeah. So that's where mine came from. Are you in contact with other people that are like you?
Yes, we actually have helped one or two people get the surgery and get.
One.
Well, there's also two in Mexico.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, we didn't really help him because he stayed in South America
But
and dealt with his problem.
We've been in contact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've actually helped a person or two with the surgery and making sure that they kill the nerves and all that stuff. And yeah, I've been able to support a couple people, which is really nice.
Who thought up the bucket, and is that really the most comfortable solution? I don't know who, like this.
John Wilson is the one that makes the bucket, but I don't know who thought of it.
Yeah, I don't know who the like original like inventor, so to speak, of it is. But the person we get ours done through that we were put in contact with him shortly after Lauren's accident. And then him and Shirley Ryan together made Lauren's bucket. I don't quite remember. But in terms of Lauren's condition, currently it is the most comfortable solution.
Yeah, but personally, I think that if we just had a prosthetic person that had a bunch of time and material to mess around, that we could figure or do something that is better or easier set up for me.
For you to be able to, the only downside with the bucket is Lauren can't get up in it by himself. So it would be nice in the future to have a version of it or some type of solution that allows Lauren to sit up in a prosthetic that he can do himself. If he had two hands.
And I feel like some different material could be more beneficial than the Rojo interior. I just have some alterations that I would make and try out and stuff. So it would be very cool if we could find a prosthetician that is willing to do all that, but we also live in Montana, which is about 50 years behind.
Yeah.
When it comes to anything, so.
Why does your arm shake?
My arm shakes as a way to kind of get rid of the pain, because as you guys see, I cramp up and my body crunches into a half circle every so often. That's because my damaged nerves are causing me to cramp, or I'm getting a stabbing sensation. So shaking my arm like this, or moving back and forth like this, that's just how I get rid of the pain, because I can't jump up and run around screaming instead.
Do you have wedding rings? We do. I never wear mine because it's kind of expensive and that terrifies me. And I lost it once and had a complete breakdown about it. I found it was just in the truck. But I wear it when we like go out to dinner together or like on a date or something. But like I don't really wear it out much. I'm scared of losing it, and I don't like wearing it to work because I dip my hands in sanitizer water all the time, and I don't want to put that ring through it. So I wear it when the occasion gives for fancy jewelry.
I had some diamond piercings that she bought me that I lost, and I am very mad because they were expensive and meant a lot.
Yeah.
And I
And he
lost
also
one,
has a wedding ring.
So
that we also lost.
Yes.
We're not very good with jewelry. Hence why I don't wear mine
It's
because
not
we're-
me that's not good with jewelry. It's her that's not good with
You
jewelry.
lost your
you
you
take it
lost
off
your
me for my
piercings.
shower.
Not your piercings, your ring, yes. But to be fair, when I took your ring off, it was before we moved, and when we moved, a whole lot of your jewelry got
Oh yeah, I
jumbled.
remember that.
And
Yeah.
that's when you lost your wedding ring. Because whenever I take your jewelry off for the shower, it all goes right next to your side of the bed. So, is that this extra vocal or is that every German Shepherd?
That's every German Shepherd.
Every German Shepherd, and I think he just has a little bit extra in him. He's always got something to say. Always. What type of truck is your truck that you want to fix up?
I have a '68 Ford F-250 that has a flatbed on it and has a 390 engine in it. That was my first vehicle. Wow, what's with all these lighters? Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh, they came from True Someone dropped them
They
off.
have fun little sayings on them.
Ace.
Oh, nice. That's mostly all the questions
Have we thought of tattooing our wedding rings?
Yes, actually, that's something we want to do.
Yeah.
I wanted to do from the beginning.
Yeah, just
My-
haven't come up with a design yet.
Yeah, my parents have their wedding rings tattooed, as well. But yeah, we've wanted to get ours tattooed pretty much since we got married, especially since I'm just not really a jewelry person in general. I don't really wear jewelry. So yeah. With the questions out of the way, do you want to talk about that? I just put it over there for
There's
you.
no
to-
way that we're through.
That is, because then the rest is just talking points, which are things we're gonna bring up.
I think there's 2 more questions on the back side. Unless you do.
I
first.
asked those.
Oh.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Okay.
Oh wait, no, these I guess. I thought you were talking about at the top. You guys inspire so many people. What do you yourselves get out of the online stuff aside from money?
We get to share our story, meet new people.
you don't get anything.
Yeah, I mean, we don't really get anything for YouTube, but it's nice to. I like to talk to the people that we have come across and inspired and touched and
Yeah.
make new connections.
I think
and
it's been really good for you because I feel like it helps with your confidence, with your condition, knowing that there's all those people out there that look up to you and support you. And sorry, I'm talking quiet. But like I feel like I notice that your confidence, like
yeah, it's kind of like
knowing.
personal hub.
Yeah, like just knowing that there's all those people out there that actually like see this really good thing in you, you know, like I feel like that's really important for you, even if you don't realize it.
Do you ever rewatch any of your own videos to remember what you felt then, like maybe your wedding?
I rewatch our wedding video a lot, actually.
Really?
I rewatched that one, and I rewatched the one when we were in Chicago around Christmas time when Mom came to visit. Because it was like around the time that you were getting up in the wheelchair for the first time and stuff like that. I rewatched that one a lot just because the vibe of it is very happy and relaxed and comfortable. And I feel like that video specifically is one of the first times since your accident that like I can really see the like relief in us, like knowing that like okay, you can get up in a wheelchair, you can get up in a prosthetic, we're gonna be going home, like we still have a life to live. I feel like that was the first video that really showcased that, so I rewatched that one a lot.
Make sure that you guys share our videos, like and subscribe to the channel, and
All the fun stuff.
all that little stuff. Yeah.
And I guess there's a few things to fill you guys in on as well. Do you want to explain the shit show that has been your kidney stones? Or you want me to explain it?
Yeah, the whole story of
Yeah.
the traveling and whatnot. You can explain that.
So, 2 months ago, almost 3, a while ago, Lauren got kidney stones, which we told you about, and he had to get a temporary nephrostomy tube put in, which we told you about. And then, so the whole state of Montana shares one zapper machine for kidney stones, and it takes turns at each of the Montana hospitals. So when Lauren got his kidney stone, they put a temporary nephrostomy tube in, and then they scheduled for it to get zapped, which was about 2 months away for the next opening that they had when they would also have the machine. So we went into it going, okay, we have to deal with this temporary nephrostomy tube and these kidney stones for about 2 months, and then they'll be able to zap it. So fast forward 2 months, we're definitely ready to get rid of the nephrostomy tube. Lauren's kidney infections have been getting more frequently because of the kidney stones and the nephrostomy tube. And so it's the day of the appointment, we go in, it's like 6 a.m. And so Lauren's primary urologist was booked out when all of this happened, so we got referred to a second urologist that we hadn't dealt with yet. So it wasn't his primary urologist that was doing the procedure. And so we get to the appointment and like we get taken back, they start prepping for like the surgery and whatnot, and they like, I drop him off and I leave and they take him back and they do a new scan, which I don't know why they didn't do a scan like the day before or 2 days before just to make sure, but they did a scan that morning and realized that the kidney stones had moved to a spot that was like behind his spine. So, and the zap machine doesn't like go through bone. So they're like, okay, well we can't do this procedure with the zap machine because the spine is in the way of the kidney stones. So you guys should go to Seattle and get this surgery done where they like go in through the nephrostomy tube channel. But Seattle couldn't get them in until like May of 2025. And so Lauren's primary doctor got a hold of Kalispell, which is one of the other like better hospitals in the state, and sent them all the stuff and said, would you guys be able to do this surgery to get rid of these kidney stones? And they said, yes, we can do that. And so we went there like a week later, and we had our consultation with the urologist there, who either just wasn't paying attention or didn't get the right information, because he had, like, when we told him we were there for a kidney stone, that it was multiple kidney stones, yada yada, he seemed like it was all news to him, even though like the day before he had been on the phone. Ace, stop it. Even though the day before he had been on the phone with Lauren's primary doctor being filled in. So he proceeds to tell Lauren that he doesn't know if they can do the procedure because Lauren's a complicated case, yada yada, and we should go to the ER because he hadn't received the CAT scans from our hospital on Lauren's kidney stone placement. So he told us to go to the ER because we'd get scans done quicker that way. And so we left his office, we go to the ER, they do scans, and they also give him some like IV antibiotics and stuff because he also had a kidney infection at the time, which was like kind of like our in to be at the ER, I guess. But they do new scans, and then like we're there for a couple hours, and they get the scans done, and then they say there's no more kidney stones, you must have passed them, they're gone. And we go, oh, so we're like, maybe this pain Lauren was in the last couple of days was him passing the kidney stones. So then we go back home and we call Lauren's primary urologist because we honestly didn't really want to deal with the other urologist after that whole prep you for surgery and suddenly I can't do the surgery thing. So we get a hold of Lauren's primary urologist and we're like, hey, so this hospital did a new scan and they said there's no more kidney stones, so can we get set up to get the nephrostomy tube removed? And they're like, yeah, awesome. What hospital did you go to? Let us get the scans, let us look through them. and we will get this arranged. And so I gave them all the information, and then like the next day they call us and they're like, all right, come, like I think it was like a week from the conversation. They're like, come in, we'll, you know, get this taken care of. And so then a couple of days ago, we go in to meet with Lauren's primary urologist, and he walks in and he literally goes, you guys are gonna hate me. Because when he had his nurse call us to schedule for this appointment, he had only seen, the other hospital had only sent over like their like report on the scans that claims no kidney stones. So he took that at face value, because you know you should trust other doctors to do their job, and went, cool, no kidney stones. And then the day of our appointment, he finally got the scans, and then he went through the scans, and from like the standard side to side view, yeah, it didn't look like Lauren had kidney stones anymore. But when he went to the front to back view, the kidney stones had all merged together, like lower in Lauren's, Shay, will you let her outside? Had all gathered together, like lower in Lauren's track. So all of the kidney stones, I think there's 3 altogether, were still in fact there. And he was like, it would really suck for you if I took this nephrostomy tube out right now, because you do in fact actually still have kidney stones. So that was awesome. He was a little annoyed as well as us, but he said that he's perfectly comfortable doing the surgery that the other urologist wasn't comfortable doing, especially because Lauren's primary urologist, we've been with him for 5 years now. He knows Lauren's body about as good as we do. So now we're waiting for that to get scheduled, and they're going to go in and replace the nephrostomy tube with a different type that like goes deeper past the stones, because the surgery he has to do, he like goes in through the nephrostomy tube channel or whatever, and so he has to like put a new tube in that goes in deeper so that he can ensure that the kidney will still drain or something like that. And then the day they do the surgery, they're gonna do that and also remove the tube afterwards and put a stint in to like ensure everything still drains right. But pretty much
It's gonna be a surgery for a new tube, and then it's gonna be a surgery to get the stones out, and then a week or 2 after that, it'll be another surgery to get that tube out and put my old tube in.
No, they're taking the tube out. They do the surgery. They're putting a little stint in. But your nephrostomy tube is bleeding the day they do the surgery.
Yes, but I still have something that they're gonna be training me into after the surgery, so then I'll have another surgery to get rid of that.
No, the stint will be inside of you, and you'll still just drain out through your urostomy. You won't have any other tubes.
We'll see.
I'm literally just going off of what your doctor told us word for word, but okay. So that's where that's at. It's kind of been an annoying shit show of just pretty much a bunch of doctors trying to push us off to the next one. Even the doctor we saw in Kalispell, he went, I see here you were referred to Seattle, why didn't you go there? And we said, because they can't get us in for 6 months. And he seemed upset that we were pushed off on him instead. So it was kind of like a domino effect of nobody wanting to fucking, nobody wanting to deal with Lauren. But thankfully his primary came in clutch, and does in fact feel comfortable dealing with Lauren, which is why he's our primary urologist. So that's kind of how the last couple weeks have been. That's why our video posting schedule has been a little shoddy, and our going live schedule has been shoddy, because we've just been in a roller coaster of dealing with all of that.
Yep.
Yeah.
But yes, I am still in pain. For people that keep asking, I am in pain. Yes.
He's always in pain.
I do not suffer phantom pain. I suffer from damaged nerves, which cause cramps and stabbing sensations in my stomach and colon. And when I have a kidney infection or c-diff or any inflammation going on whatsoever, it pushes on those damaged nerves, making my pain even worse, making my cramps worse, making it so that I curl up into a ball even more and shake even more. There's a lot of new subscribers asking why in older videos my left arm's missing instead of my right arm and all that. That is just a play on how we have the phone set up. If it's the backwards camera or the front facing camera, it mirrors the image and flips it. But I am in fact missing half of my right arm, not my left. We're not playing any tricks on you guys or anything. Somebody insinuated that one time that we were doing this all through CGI to try to garner sympathy and money and whatever else.
Can they burn your nerve endings?
They were supposed to burn and kill off my nerve endings when they first did the surgery, but there was so much going on and they didn't think I was going to survive.
And then you got put in
and
hospice.
then I got put in hospice, so I got closed up without them getting to the damaged nerves, and then after that, nobody was even with me opened up for the this urostomy surgery that we did in Seattle. Seattle still was not willing to go in and
even
burn those damaged nerves with me wide open.
Yeah, even the top hospitals, because we've gotten a hold of like Mayo and everything, nobody's really willing to open Lauren back up to do that because of the how high the risk factor is with it. Because when he got closed up, they had barely enough still alive skin and tissue to fully close him up. You can even kind of feel it where he's sewn up, like the skin there is way thinner than the rest of the skin and always has been because he had barely enough viable skin and tissue to be closed up originally anyway. And so that's a very big risk factor for reopening him up, is risking losing any of that when close time comes. So no one's willing that risk to go back in. And we had a consultation for a what was it, the like nerve stimulator or something like that. What's a surgery where they like put this device inside of you. It's like an internal TENS unit, kind of, just more intense, but that also posed the reopening up risk. So we've debated, we want to look into those more intense outer TENS units to see if those help with his pain. We just have to get a hold of the right people. But yeah, as far as going back in and cauterizing those nerve endings and stuff, that's pretty much out of the question for Lauren, which he's been a very big advocate for with with Roger, for example, when he got his hemicorporectomy surgery done. Lauren was a very big advocate to him to make sure he tells them to cauterize his nerve endings, which they did, and Roger doesn't have any pain like Lauren does.
Yeah, he has phantom pain, but we'll get over that in time.
Yeah.
My arm just started really hurting.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I had a weird nerve or something resting on it. Weird.
Yeah.
Do we have any new tattoos? I don't have any new tattoos, but Savia's got some.
Little stick and poke. A couple weeks ago.
You gotta talk louder.
Sorry. I got it a couple weeks ago. We had kind of like a girlfriend date. Because one of our friends does stick and pokes. And so we had like a little girlfriend's date and did stick and pokes. And so I got this. But other than that, I don't think I've gotten anything new in the last couple months. I'm working up the guts to get my sternum tattoo done. But I have a really bony sternum. And so I'm really nervous for that one. But that's next on my list.
Yeah.
Do you want to go outside with her?
I have an idea, or a tattoo idea that has to do with last names.
Oops. Atlas, you knocked us over.
That has to do with last names that I want to get, but that won't be till further down the line. I'm not writhing around with an infection in my body, so I can get a tattoo, because you can't get a tattoo with an infection.
Yeah. What else? Let me just gonna show them this. Hold on.
Oh.
So we had this windstorm come through, and it took our fence out. So, yeah, a lot of our fence is missing. There's the puppies. But we spoke to the fencing company. We got a quote, and our insurance, they obviously will cover fixing it, but the fencing company for vinyl fencing, they recently came out with this new thing that reinforces the vinyl panels so that they don't bow out in the wind, which ups the cost a little bit. But we're supposed to have an insurance adjuster come out soon and do the survey and tell us if the insurance is willing to cover the cost of the supports as well, to avoid like future this happening and thus avoiding future claims. So, but yeah, wind took our fence away. We have just standard like standard fencing, like
Vinyl.
no, I'm talking about what we filled the gaps with.
Oh.
We have just standard wired fencing, and like deer fencing right now, filling in the gaps so that the dogs can still be out there. But yeah, that was really fun. The windstorm was late at night, and I went to bed, and I woke up, and I checked my phone, and all I saw was a text from my neighbor going, capital WTF, I'm so sorry.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, sorry for what? And then she sent me pictures of our fence, and I was like, oh, great. So that was not fun to wake up to.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Girl Next Door, for the $20.
Yes, thank you.
But yeah, that's gonna cost a penny or two, which I'm not very excited about because we have projects already going on.
Yeah.
Don't need to be repaying for things, but
yeah. But hopefully the insurance, at the very least, the insurance covers for it to get fixed, and that still makes it a bit cheaper for us to get the.
We'll be starting a GoFundMe for our fence. No.
No, we will not.
Your dad will figure it out.
Yeah, otherwise my dad's just gonna do it himself somehow.
My dad and Sabia's father both proposed to work on it and do it themselves.
Yeah.
Which my dad did fencing, and Sabia's father is very, very eligible when it comes to any type of.
We've just been trying to find a more cost efficient replacement for the like steel rods they use, but everything's expensive. But we're figuring it out, working it out. It's all gonna go fine. The first thing that we have to do is just wait for that insurance adjuster to come out and tell us.
But we still, we've been on a mission, or I've been on a mission to get to Home Depot so we can get some stuff for our house, like handles for the cupboards, different exterior light fixtures for the house.
I want to replace these light fixtures too.
Especially for instance, we've been living in this house, 2 years now, right? Almost 4 years we've been living in this house, and we still do not have our home address anywhere to be seen on the exterior. There's no numbers, there's no nothing, because we have not gotten around
that we're gonna put numbers on.
Yeah, because we haven't gotten around to getting the house numbers and putting them up. But we got 2 boulders that mark out the driveway, and we're gonna turn one of those boulders into the house address.
Yeah, we're gonna put the numbers on it.
It's gonna say 62 Wheeler.
We'll take it there now.
I know.
But there's that, and I want to put lights, or we both want to put lights on the fence all around the back. Not on every single post, of course, maybe every other or something, but
every few.
So at night the backyard is illuminated, and I would like to do the lights that shine downward or that shine upward at the fence. That way
the fence itself is illuminated without like lighting up the whole neighborhood for our neighbors.
Yeah, because right now you can only see
you can only see halfway out our patio at nighttime.
Yeah, and it's just darkness, right?
Yeah.
Right where it ends in Soviet is not like that. The dogs disappear when she throws the ball or something, and
Yeah,
then she has to go after them.
I don't take them out back at nighttime anymore. I take them out front because Atlas doesn't need a leash. His separation anxiety and recall work pretty well in him never leaving my side. And then I put Gaia on the leash and I take her out front at nighttime because our front lights illuminate more than our porch lights out back do. So in the darkness, I take them out front. But it's still ooky spooky out there. I am not good in the dark, especially Jetto and I watched this horror movie, and the creature lived in the woods, and he crawled all freaky and was really freaky, and it wasn't even really a scary movie. Honestly, we were a little disappointed at the end of it. But then the next day after he stayed here and he left, it was nighttime, and Shady and Hunter were still in Seattle, and you were asleep, and I had to take Gaia out, and I took her out front, and you know how the light illuminates just past this little tree? So I took her out front, and she's going to the bathroom, and outside that little circle of light is just pitch black, and my brain literally went, that freaky dude is standing right on the edge of the light, and I literally by the time we came in, I was just freaking out. I was so uncomfortable.
Oh,
I'm
wow.
not good with the dark.
Pippadot, thank you so much for the $50.
Oh, thank you.
Is it safe where we live?
Yeah.
I'd say it's safe.
It's
1 mile from the jail.
well, 1 mile. Yes, but
We are 1 mile from the jail.
we are.
But they're pretty secure.
But okay. So here's town. Here's the jail. Here's our house. So the people who leave the jail walk to town anyway. And also our neighborhood, it's just this really small neighborhood, just right outside city limits. Are we outside city limits? Just right outside city limits. Dirt road, all that fun stuff. But the community here is very, very good. Everyone, all of the neighbors look out for each other. So in that sense, it is very safe. I know that if I wasn't home and anything was happening to my house, at least 5 of our neighbors would get a hold of us and be like, this is happening. And at least I know for a fact our next door neighbor would be over here already trying to take care of it. So in that sense, it's very, very safe. Everyone looks out for everyone.
Yes, if it's more urban area or more countryside.
Countryside.
It's a more urban house in a countryside area.
Yeah. All the houses out here have 2 to 5 acres. A couple of us have horses. Almost everyone has chickens at this point. We're allowed, because we are in an HOA, but it's so relaxed. I barely even call it that, honestly. But we're allowed livestock and stuff like that, except for ones that make noise. We can't have goats. We can't have goats or roosters. But one of them's got a horse. I think one of them just got a mule the other day. Lots of chickens. So it's definitely more rural. But the houses themselves are definitely they're modern houses.
Someone asked if we're still selling merch. What's going on with
I'm
that?
answering right now.
Yeah.
Working on the plan.
Working on a plan. Shoot.
You can tell them that we'll probably end up dumping a bunch of old lives as videos.
Oh yeah, we just found out that we can turn lives into a video afterwards. It makes it a bit easier for people to watch them later. So you'll probably see a lot of new posts from us, but it's just our old lives becoming videos.
Yeah, because we're gonna have those edited and then reposted so that the people that didn't attend the live or view the live because it's in a different category, they can then watch it under the video.
Yeah.
Especially the Q&As.
Yeah, especially the Q&As, and we'll probably make. We have a playlist for them, but yeah, it'll just make it easier for people to navigate and watch through old lives that they've missed if they want to see them, pretty much.
Yeah. So, I think this is the end of the live for today.
Time for Sunday dinner.
Yeah, we have Sunday dinner today.
Yeah.
We'll probably head out there around like 3, if that's okay.
We can do Sunday dinner here.
No, Atlas
Got
and
a full
Hufflepuff.
house today,
Yeah,
buddy.
and
Okay.
Atlas and Hufflepuff need to play. They didn't get to play last week. I need to find someone to watch Gaia.
Somebody saw Daddy's head.
That's the movie I was talking about.
What?
Wait, hold on.
They were talking about seeing your dad's head, not.
Oh, I thought because the movie I was talking about is literally called Daddy's Head.
Oh.
So I heard that and I was like, that's the fucking movie. But I guess they just saw his head. Okay.
How's that possible?
I don't know. It was.
Unless they were talking about the movie.
It was a while ago.
Well, if you were talking about the movie, that's the movie I was talking about with the freaky dude who runs all weird. And it wasn't even that scary of a movie. He's just a freaky creature. I didn't like him.
No, they were mentioning.
They were talking about the movie? That's fun that they knew what I was talking about just from me saying the creature was in the woods and he walked funky on all fours. And they went, I know what movie you're talking about.
I'd make a great creature for TV
You would.
movies.
I
being
think
half a
next
body.
Halloween we really got to dress you up as some cool, like, freaky horror monster.
The Baron.
Huh?
The Baron.
The Baron?
From What We Do in the Shadows.
Oh, that's not the horror monster, Shady.
Is
Close
Primal
enough.
a band?
Huh?
One of you is wearing a shirt with Primal logo?
Oh, Primal's not a band. It's just a T-shirt.
It's
just
it's a
brand.
it's a popular brand at like Zoomies and Tilly's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm a mumbler.
But we are gonna head out since we've answered all the questions that we have written down today, and we have Sunday dinner to get to,
Yeah.
and I'm in pain, sweating, not feeling great.
Yeah.
But we appreciate everyone that has attended the live today and has asked questions and sat around and listened to us BS about our lives and
We
situation.
just sit here and complain.
Yeah. But we hope that you guys have a great day. Make sure to share, like, and subscribe. Share it with your family, friends. I wouldn't share this live. I'd share maybe our first video and some other videos, but not this live. But yeah, we hope that you guys have a great day. And I'm just reading one last time to see if there's any questions.
We're hoping to kind of get back on our schedule. Regardless, you'll still see us every third Sunday and every first Sunday. We're hoping that we'll get back to video posting.
Sorry, we just haven't had much content because of my kidney stones and the c-diff. I've been bedbound, so there's been nothing to film. But we will be filming what we can of the surgery when it happens, and
all
we'll
of that progress.
be doing I'll be making sure that Sabia gets me out of the house once it's all done and over with, because
Dad and I
I'm
have
sick
a
and tired of
few-
being here.
Dad and I have a few little trip things
Yeah.
planned for us.
I know we have a trip planned for Willisall, which is where the accident happened. So
and
that
the trip for Helena.
that will be an interesting video for you guys. But
yeah, we will see you guys next time, and thank you for your patience and your support.
we send all the
and
love and appreciation from
Mhm.
Montana to Norway,
Everywhere.
Sweden, the Netherlands, wherever you are on the globe. Thank you so much for attending, and we hope you guys have a great day.
Bye.